Hello everyone, I'm your host JO3. Welcome back to the JO3 show. Technically the first episode because it's been rebranded from the Great Goten show, but we're gonna run with it for this season. Just this episode 5. So we're just gonna run with it because the season finale will be next week. I'm gonna take a few weeks off from podcast after that and kind of pump out some other content in the meantime, because that's how I'm going to run this podcast for the time being. It's kind of hard to schedule with a lot of people, so that's how we're going to work it. Hopefully it's fine for you guys, and moving forward, that's going to probably be how I do it. It's just 6 episode seasons where I bring in some people, interview them, and talk about stuff, whatever. And yeah, hopefully that's fine. Anyways, I want to take one last sort of video, aside from this weekend's video, which is the best of the Great Goten, not just 2020, but of all time, as, I rebranded after 5 years. It's kind of a big thing. Even if I've made a very, very small sort of, I'm not quite sure what the word would be, impact, I guess, on YouTube. Very, very minor, barely not noticeable for most. But I'm happy I was able to entertain at least 39 of you at the time of recording. So that you hit the sub button and all that. Anyways, I wanted to take a podcast, so I had way more time than the last 2 videos, sort of like a 2-part announcement sort of thing, to kind of reflect on 2020, some of the people I've met, some of the things that I've done, some of the things that have happened, and kind of be a bit more serious, because even in the last video, I wanted to try to make it like somewhat upbeat, but we're going to get pretty serious here on the podcast, because I know the main people who stick around for the channel are the ones that catch these podcasts. They may not be able to watch all the way through, which I understand, because they're upwards of an hour most of the time. So I wanted to start off, kind of go month to month, just talk about some of the people I've met, things, all that stuff, month by month. The first couple months are going to be hard to sort of remember. Back when, pre-lockdown and all that, it feels like so long ago, but it's only a year ago. A year ago today, I believe, was when we started talking about a potential World War III, and now it's seemed to be at it again with Iran, which is fun. 2021 just seems like it's going to be a repeat of 2020. I'm hoping not, but it just feels like the same exact things already started happening. Anyways, January, there's not a whole lot to talk about in January. It was kind of the slowest month for me in terms of like events. I was working, that's about it. I was still pumping out stuff for AA, but it was before our big like boom from like late February to like mid-April, the big boom period where we uploaded. I try to upload almost daily, and made a bunch of videos, probably maximized our views and stuff at that time. Maybe you could argue going into May, but then it dropped off after that, which we'll get to. January, just kind of a slow month. School, work, bit of YouTube on the side. That's kind of just sums up my January. Not a lot there. February was fun. That was where the That's Tough story originated, and the follow-ups to that throughout that month in March. That's where we started doing more commentary type videos after strictly gaming up to that point. Work was still, doing its thing. School and all that. March, lockdown happens. That's the big month. Get the wild drama, I think, happened. The King Nappy videos, I think, the first one went out end of February, but they really hit their stride in March. That's where we hit a lot of views, got a lot of hits on our commentary videos. Well, my commentary videos. I'm trying to think. Got into a bit of drama, wild. Let's see, what was his name? Young Wookie. Some other people, but happy it's patched up by now. And we really hit our strife sort of in this time period. School, ended. We had a 2-week lockdown, which immediately by the end of the weekend after it was called, turned into a end of school basically and doing online. And the way my county did it, we had work and all, but it was just to improve the third term's grade. And they weren't for their own separate grade. So after like 3 weeks after that was announced, I kind of just stopped doing it, to be honest, and focused strictly on YouTube. And since I was furloughed, essentially, all I had to do was YouTube, which is kind of the issue I'm running into right now, where I'm doing so much that I have no free time. So there's that. it was something to say the least. But anyways, I think it was still a pretty important year. It was still a good year, good month. I mean, I've been saying year. We'll get to that. Good month for content and stuff. Not in terms of a lockdown and all that. April's similar boat. We're still doing commentary, incorporating gaming as well. Still uploading almost every day. This is where I stopped basically doing schoolwork. Didn't have any work. Didn't have to do anything. Where I was stuck at home. When I hit my highest weight, which I'm trying to drop some weight now. If you don't follow me on TikTok, which you should, I guess, I'm gonna be sort of documenting trying to lose a bit of weight. It's gonna be slow, that's for sure, because I'm gonna have to morph from my arguable, reasonably very unhealthy lifestyle of only basically being on my PC all day and then not really exercising. I'm trying to change that slowly. So if you want to follow that, it'll be over my TikTok, along with my other shit posts that I usually do on there. Still gonna do those from time to time. And Twitch clips. I'm gonna be putting a lot of Twitch clips, video clips over there as well. I really want to focus on content creation over the next couple months. And I think I have the funds to do that. I'm not gonna go further into that just yet, but yeah. Anyways, moving on from that, we had May, which was my birthday month. Turned 17, which was fun. Kind of where we started to die down a bit on AA. By the end of the month, that was really when we just a very slow start. I wasn't able to upload as much every day because I wanted to put some more time in each video there, because commentary videos are very easy to make, but I wanted to do more gaming. Started getting really into streaming again, alongside Harpo and Nomad at the time. So yeah, played a lot of Siege and all that other stuff before it died out a couple months later. June, got in my first quote-unquote relationship that I was sort of peer pressured into, but that's a story for another day. I both very much regret getting into this quote-unquote relationship. It was really just talking over Discord and a couple other platforms. Never really even got to talk like through voice. It was mostly through text, so I barely count it. I'm going to just to say I've been in one, but at the end of the day, it's whatever. It lasted a couple months, I think, till like September. I didn't end on bad terms for me personally, but I think the girl took it to heart because she blocked me, or at least unfollowed me on everything. Didn't block me on anything. So yeah, that's that. They left my Discord. They did all these other things. Yeah. So that happened, but June, other than that, was a fine time. I stream started to do a bit well. Started to get a bit of traction. AA slowed down. Which is a trend you'll see over the next couple of months. This is where I start to meet a couple streamers and stuff, though. That's where that comes into play. Started to meet a couple other smaller streamers, started to make some connections, which is important. Started to just sort of branch out a bit, that's all. July and August I'm going to throw together because they're pretty much the same. Streaming started to do better and better a little bit, slowly but surely. AA really started to die out. It was really just predictions and maybe like one other video from time to time, which I saw the writing on the wall well before that. Well, not well before that, but like June, I saw this wasn't really working out the way I had hoped, which I could always go more into on a future podcast, because I'm only planning on taking a couple week break from the podcast, by the way. It's not going to be like a drastic break, like a 1 or 2 week break, just so I can put out some other videos I've been wanting to do. And yeah, I'm just, I don't know, they were fine. It was really just the last of my summer. I went on my vacation that I do every year. I know there's going to be at least one person. Oh, COVID, yada yada. Look, nobody cared out there. And I have not had a single symptom of COVID the entire time it's been in this entire global pandemic. I've never had to even really get tested. I mean, for work, they took our temperatures. They did all the safety precautions they needed to. That's literally it. I'm perfectly fine. I'm not a person that gets sick, really. And if I do get sick, it's usually just something like a stomach bug or like like, as the local doctors call it, a pinching bronchitis, where it's not really bronchitis, but that's what the closest thing they can classify it as. So I'm out for like 2 or 3 days, then I'm fine. I've never really been like super sick. I think maybe once in my life, and it was after I actually got a flu shot, which is ironic. Where I got really sick for like a week and a half. So, that's fun. But that's literally the only time I've ever been like drastically sick, um, that I can at least remember. So, anyways, going into, what was I, August, yeah, July. No, I started making some connections. Crimson started up. I joined it in, I think, beginning of August, end of July, somewhere around there. Then unfortunately shut down a bit. Crouch jump became a thing. I was able to get in on that, or I think end of August is when the first 100 got in, or beginning of September. September was a good month. Crouch jump popping off. Crimson for part of it at least. Stream did really well. The one early thing I forgot to mention, my Minecraft realm did really well at the beginning. That's what really started to set me up a bit. And before that, or after that, I mean, I started doing PC streams and stuff, and Among Us obviously hit off, which I played a lot of. That really helped, along with some other things. I started streaming, and yeah, PC streams have been a lot more fun. I mean, I'm able to do a lot more, not to deal with a terrible Twitch app on Xbox, and I only have to deal with that terrible Xbox app when I stream intervals, which is fine. We'll get to that, because I think I joined that way, I think beginning of November, about 2 months ago. Give or take. Yeah. So we'll get there. October, things started working out a little bit more. Work was doing well. I went back to work in August, but we didn't really have a whole lot of hours available till like end of September, beginning of October, and when we started to enter that holiday season, hours became a bit more available. Started working a bit more, streaming a bit more, making out content. Oh, end of September is when I made this channel, which is fun. And things started to work out. I had a pretty solid push at the beginning. Seems because I got like 10 subs in the first like 48 hours, and it kind of slowed down a bit. You always get that early beginning push. Happens with like most channels I've seen. It's bigger for some and then smaller for others. It's pretty solid. I got like I think 30-40 views first day, 10 subs. Not too shabby, I'd say. Still shooting for 50 as my current sub goal. If you ever enjoy anything, be sure to drop a sub. I think we'll hit it. We'll hit it for sure. I would hope. It is January, so you never know. But at least by the end of February, I think I could hit 50. And yeah, I don't know. October, there isn't a lot to say for YouTube and streaming. It's November where things come to fruition. Because Crimson started getting stuff back together. I joined in for that. Crouch jump was always a side thing that did well. TikTok started to do a bit well again in November. YouTube, I made some fun content, mostly Among Us. In October and November, I started branching out a bit too. Streaming was still doing pretty well until this month, so that was pretty fun. December is both a great and terrible month. Stream, I've kind of stagnated on Twitch, I've noticed, which, like, I'm fine, whatever. I think it's just because I don't bow down to stupid rules, like not being able to say simp, incel, and virgin on stream. I never really even used incel and barely used virgin. It was just simp that I would use as a joke. But it's Twitch for you. I can say that here. This is YouTube, much better platform in terms of of censorship, which is sad because it's YouTube in 2021. That's really sad, but that's just the state of affairs right now. Twitch is just doing stupid thing after stupid thing, instead of worrying about the potential DMCA issue. But that's fine. It's Twitch for you. I wouldn't be shocked if I got banned. Which, by the way, even if it's not a permanent ban, when I get banned, I'm no longer even touching Twitch. So there's that. That's when I'll wrap it up. If it's a 24-hour ban, 48-hour, 3-day, 1 week, whatever, I don't care. Let me know, because I have not done anything that is against TOS. Not even the Sim Incel Virgin stuff. That's not even supposed to be against TOS unless it's reported and is actually an insult, a serious insult. But it's Twitch. Some people will defend that even just for no reason, because besides Twitch, if they lose Twitch, they lose their streaming platform because they don't do YouTube. So there's that. But anyways, December Crimson, I became the content creation manager. We started getting it up and running again. A lot of good stuff coming from Crimson. I'm a big year for Crimson for sure. I really want to put some more time into that. I really want to put some more time into content creation as a whole. And sort of, if school wasn't a big issue, I would have all the free time to focus on content and stuff. But I'm doing online this week, then this podcast going up to the next week, which would sound great, but honestly, in-person learning is probably better for my schedule, because I only have four classes, and one of my teachers has done terrible when it comes to online learning. Remote learning, as my county calls it, and most states call it, to be honest. Same shit. It's just because there's also a virtual learning program here, which is completely separate, so they want to call it something else. But yeah, December was a good year. I made a lot of connections with people. I did November too, a little bit. Connect with a lot of smaller streamers. I'm trying to think of some people I want to shout out specifically, besides Crimson, of course. Go drop Crimson a sub. Their links will be in the description to the YouTube channel and the Twitch and the Twitter. And I'll link the community Discord. Sure, why not? And I'm trying to think of who else I can shout out. Obviously, shout outs to Justin, Bionemesis, Jesus, all those guys. All of Unfunny Inc. They're all cool people. We're not funny. That's the whole point. But, as a group, it's pretty fun. It's not really even an official group. It's just what we're calling ourselves, our little Discord group of friends that stream. Ender Falls, I probably should mention, it's been really fun. I wrote the current story, although it's based off today's stream. That should give you an idea of when I'm recording this. It's only a few days before it's supposed to go out. If you look at my Twitch, it went okay, but somebody was super monotone, and it didn't really work delivery wise. But it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. We're not working with professionals here. It's fine. Anyways, that sort of marks the end of that. I'm trying to think of any specific memories, maybe from work, because I just kind of briefed over it. My first job that I've had for over a year, and probably will have for at least a couple more months, probably. Until at least summer. Because I've already been accepted into the university, college, whatever you want to call it, that I'm probably going to go to just to save on money. Either that, or it's like subsidiary community college for the first 2 years and be smart about my money. Either way, I'm hoping to, by the summer, be able to do content creation as like a full-time gig that doesn't make me money, but it's fine. It's fine. I would love to be able to do this as a full-time job, but that comes with time. I'm here to entertain and talk and provide something worthwhile watching. That's my main goal, and that's a goal I'm going to keep going into 2021. The money will come later. The career will come later. The dream career of basically everybody in my generation. It's just some of them are snowflakes and will never make it as content creators on any platform besides maybe TikTok, because it's full of idiots. Yeah, there's no censorship on this podcast. You should know this by now. Even if it being named JO3. I don't know if I want to do the JO3 show or JO3 Afterdark, because I'm planning on uploading these like later in the day, like around like 8 or 9 my time, just to try different times of uploads, because I want to upload a bit later. So I upload at like noon EST to get those morning people that are on the Pacific Coast, and the people just getting out of school normally on the East Coast, or not getting out of school, but like midday, sometimes on lunch. You can't really satisfy everybody. Maybe I should do like 3 or 6. 6 would be getting some people going to bed. Some people 6 isn't a bad time. That's usually when I stream. I don't know. I'll debate amongst myself later. Anyways, trying to think of some fun memories. That was last year, so that doesn't count. Shout out to some of the other people that I'm trying to think of. Oh, Lawful, Psycho, Squeaky Chair. I gotta love the Squeaky Chair. Lawful, Psycho, formerly known as Psycho Delta Dub Man, who made Mana Spark. Still a fun game. Check it out on Steam and I think Switch. I don't know if it's on Epic Store, but it's on Steam and Switch. I know that. Shout out to some other people besides Unfunny Inc. I've shouted them out. Shout out to Wild Aces. I don't know why I've almost forgot that. And his girlfriend Tulip. They're both really cool people. Wild's really chill. I've done a podcast with him on the AA channel if you want to try to go look for that. Me and Harpo did like a sort of interview style thing. I'd love to get him on this show at some point. He's already said he'd been down. I know he's been doing kind of took a little break recently. Is getting back to content, so fair shout. Let's get him to 1,000 this year. That's all I'm saying. Cause he's at like 540 or something like that, or 550. Get him to 1,000, bro. That'd be cool. It's cool. We've been able to form sort of a online friendship, and sort of like, that's weird calling it a friendship, but I guess that's kind of what it is. Friendship's a weird term nowadays, but sort of like, I guess that's the best terminology for it that's going through my mind at 6 a.m. when I'm recording this. So that's fine. Anyways, trying to think of some other people to shout out. Obviously, all the people at Crimson. Dylan, specifically, the founder. Wolf's a really cool dude. He's pretty down to earth, pretty chill dude. Has a lot of knowledge and stuff. He's the VP of Crimson. I haven't really got to talk too much with some of the other guys. So I'd like to I'd like to at least acknowledge some of the other stream people. Boston, right? I think Boston 24, Laser King, Irex. I've already shouted all the Unfunny Inc. boys. Shout out to the Valorant team. I be honest, I'm really tired and can't remember the names off the top of my head. But shout out to all of them. You can check out one of their their montage on the Crimson channel, and they just participated in their first tournament. Which was, considering what we were working with, they didn't do too bad. They went 1-2, and they're all pretty close games, so not too shabby, boys. Good stuff. They'll get to work together more this year. Hopefully, get some big wins and big notoriety sort of things going this year, because it's a pretty solid team, pretty good team from what I know about Valorant, which isn't much to be fair. That's why I don't run the Valorant team or a coach. I'm not a coach or manager or anything. I'm the stream team manager and content creation manager, because those kind of fall hand in hand. So, yeah. Anyways, be sure to let me know your favorite moments from 2020, if you have any. I will say, it's helped kind of actually my mental health, which is weird to say. It really is. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's really weird to say. I won't lie. Like, I was not in the greatest place mentally at the beginning of the year, I won't lie, especially going into lockdown, because I had no source of income at that point, so, I had nothing really to do. I was kind of down, I won't lie. Back then, things were pretty bleak. A lot of people weren't able to get by, a lot of businesses were shutting down. I'm happy the business I work for, I didn't have to shut down. Well, they had to temporarily, but like for good. They're doing pretty well. It was a really bad time, but I'm happy I was able to get out of that throughout the later parts of the summer. And I'm doing pretty well now. Sucks I've kind of stagnated on Twitch, but that's what happens when you stream for yourself and to make sure you're happy over just streaming games to get views. AK Among Us. I'm streaming what I want to stream. Not that I don't care what people want to see. I do Discord poll streams where I let my Discord decide what I play, obviously. So it's not like they don't have a choice in the matter. It's just the days I don't do polls, I stream what I want to stream. That'll make me happy as well. Because I feel like you have to have self sort of happiness and stuff to make your stream sort of good, I would say. Or at least the best they can be. Because people are going to tell if you're not feeling streaming or if you're not happy. It's easy to tell. I would know. I've had burnout a couple times from streaming. There's been weeks where I just took the week off. Once or twice it's happened since I've sort of tried to stream almost every day. There's been a couple weeks where I just needed to take some time. Like this week, I'm only streaming every other day. I need to take some time back. Sure, that might. It's not like I haven't stagnated on Twitch, so it won't really matter. Might help actually, but either way, 2020 it was a rough year with some good moments, and that's really the way to sum it up. Terrible, like global events, global pandemic, but some minor stuff really helped sort of improve my mental health and stuff. And going into 2021, I have a couple goals not for myself IRL and like physically and mentally, and some social media goals. Obviously, I'd love to hit at least 300 on Twitch. I'm only like, I think, 13 away at the time of recording. Considering people usually follow and unfollow, probably going to be more than that by the time this goes up. Maybe less, maybe. And I'd love to hit 50 at the bare minimum, and then my long range goals for YouTube and Twitch this year is 100 on YouTube and 500 on Twitch. The Twitch one's probably not happening. I'm more likely to get banned than hit 500. But the YouTube one, I would love to hit 100 subs this year. I would love to. I would. That'd be great. If I don't, it's fine. I'm gonna keep putting out content regardless. It's just, it's nice to see sort of people that enjoy my content. That's all. And some other things. I mean, 100 followers on Twitter isn't really a goal. It'd just be cool because I've been like at 97, 98 for like 3-4 months. But that's fine. So I'd love to hit 2,000 on TikTok because I'm like 2 away and they're on there as well. But that's sort of just a thing that'll happen. It's not really a goal per se. Some mental goals, I'd love to sort of improve my mental health a little bit. Still needs a bit of work. I would love to sort of reevaluate and like place some of my time. Right now, I'm actually, before I start recording this, was working on like a document that would show where all my time goes and how much time goes in each thing I do on a daily, and sort of work on either straight up cutting some things I don't need to do or moving some time around for myself. Focus a bit more on myself this year, which is also goes into why I'm streaming less. Probably going to not stream as much anymore. Still going to stream, just a little less. And yeah, I want to keep working on that. Physically, I'm going to try to drop some weight. I haven't said my actual goal publicly, but as of right now, as known, I haven't weighed myself today, but yesterday night, at the time of recording, which would have been, I don't know, Friday or Saturday, I don't remember. I'm going to bed as soon as I'm done recording this. I was 272-ish. The scale fluctuated from 171.8 and 272, so we'll just roll 272. My current first goal, the first one I want to hit, which I would hope to hit by the end of this year, is like around the 240, 250 range, because I fluctuate between 260 and 280 mostly. My biggest was like 292, so it's not like I was still a beast, but like I'm not starting from like a super like 400 or 500 pound sort of area. I've been in the 260, 280 range for like the past 5 years, because I don't know how, but I do, or have been. So I'm hoping to drop to at least like 20 or so pounds this year, to hit that 250 area. I'd love to. The end goal would be around like a 210, 220, because like I'll still be a bit heftier for my size. I'm 6'3", so the average average weight's like what I think like 195 or something like that, or 190. So I that would be the true end goal, I suppose. But like 220 would be insane. I don't think that's possible in just this year, but that would be insane, because I don't want to do it like unhealthily per se, and it's gonna take a while to sort of break some of my terrible habits and like snacking on stuff late at night or anything like that. I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on sleeping at better times and working on my sleep schedule. I'm gonna work on adding more and more sort of exercise routines on my day to day. Like I said, TikTok is where all the updates on that are gonna be. I'm starting off sort of slower this week and slowly working my way up into doing more things. Because that's the right way to do it. It's going to be slow, but it's something that needs to be done. It'll be a lot easier once I'm out of my childhood home, because I'm very limited on what I can do here. And once I'm out of here, I'll be able to do a lot more. I originally had a sort of home gym, not really a full gym. I had a weight bench, a punching bag, and a treadmill. Well, it's not the greatest setup, but I could at least get some. I could at least run out there like for an hour every day, or once or twice, and maybe not every day, but like a couple of days a week. I don't want to overwork my body. Gotta start slow, but that would be great to be able to get set up again. But as of now, that's probably not gonna happen. It'd be great if it did. Don't get me wrong. It'd be great. But there's so much stuff out there. Who knows? I'm trying to think of anything else I want to cover. Let me know your goals also for 2021 in the comments if you have any specifics. If you're a content creator and you want to come on the podcast, hey, I'm down. Just shoot me a DM on Twitter and we can get some things set up. Or shoot me an email, I guess, but Twitter would probably just be easier. Let's see. If you want to join Crimson, you're a content creator, a streamer, or a Valorant or Fortnite player, because that's our current teams, shoot up the Crimson Twitter, which, like I said, will be in the description. They're also talking about expanding into either COD or League, I believe, are the two games. They're sort of up in the air. So if you're one of those, if you're a competitive player for either of those, shoot them up still as well. I think they're just kind of waiting on which one gets them more people. So, any of that. There's also a few other positions that they'd love to bring people in for. Some more upper positions in management. So, if that interests you, shoot them a DM. Shoot the Crimson account. That's run by Dylan himself, so he'll get you set up. Shout out to Crimson. I'm on their podcast every Thursday, by the way. Or at least I'm going to try to make it every Thursday. We're trying to do that every week, so that'll be fun. And yeah, I think that's covered most of the things I want to talk about. I guess I could do a bigger shout out to some of my IRL friends in Unfunny Inc. And Jesus, he's not an IRL friend, but I've known him in some capacity for a little over 2 years now. I think October 2018 was like the first time we could really chat. And he's a cool ass dude. We joke about him and stuff a lot on stream, but if he's watching this, you're a cool ass dude. He's cool as fuck. Bio is a cool ass dude. We kind of stopped talking for a couple years because of a friend group we were both a part of. But we've reconnected recently, and it's been cool as hell. He's a cool ass dude as well. Justin, me and him have been friends off and on, sort of. Well, not friends off and on, but talked more off and on. Remember, freshman year of high school, we had like half of our classes together, and they were all in a row. So we'd just walk to each one together and vibe a lot and talk a lot almost every day. We talked again recently, obviously, over last summer. So we started to reconnect because we just never had classes together. I took the less stressful high school route to have a longer college, which is regrettable now. But I regret a lot of things I've done in my life. That could be a whole podcast. Things I regret doing in my life or not doing. He went the smart boy route and took a lot, like every AP class he could. So he's gonna have a lot less time at college, regardless of where he goes. But yeah, shout out to Harpo as well. I can't forget Harpo. We may fight the most and argue sometimes, but he's so cool. He's one of the coolest people I've ever talked to or met. We've talked basically every day for well over a year, and talked before that most days. He's cool. Like I said, we fight sometimes. Congrats to him on hitting 300 on Twitch. He may need me to do a lot of things for him on Twitch and stuff, figure it out for him, but it's still, I get it. It just kind of sucks. Our little race was kind of concluded by Twitch itself, and my sort of stagnation on that platform. It kind of sucks, but congrats to him. I'm a bit envious. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit jealous, but good on him. Good on him for making the right moves, and the algorithm sort of giving him a big boost recently. I would argue I'm a bit funnier, but I would argue I'm a bit most of my humor is not really what Twitch wants on its platform. So YouTube's a bit more friendly, as long as I don't get too much in the way of TOS. We should be fine. So yeah, I guess as a final sort of thing, I will say I'm going to be prioritizing YouTube a bit more. As I'm streaming less on Twitch, gives me more time to do other things. I want to try to invest any free time I can, extra time, into YouTube. I really want to push my YouTube and Crimson. Crimson is kind of included in the YouTube sort of thing. I kind of was including that together. That's where I want to focus most of my time. Twitch, I'm still going to stream. Probably at bare minimum. I'm probably going to do every other day for a few weeks. See how that goes. If that works out, that's probably what I'll stick with. And most importantly, I hope you guys had a great year last year, or at least as good as you could of 2020. Hopefully your year started off well in 2021. Hopefully I could entertain you in any way, or if you found me at any time over the last 5 or so years I've been on YouTube. This will be the 6th year. I'm happy I was able to entertain you, even if you just clicked on and clicked off after like a minute. I'm happy you were able to find my video and at least stayed for that long. And for all you that subbed or dropped a like at any point, just know I appreciate it, and it means the world to me. Not a lot of people are going to see this end. That's why I want to say this sort of thing for the end, because it's going to be people that are able to do so. Not saying, if you didn't, that's bad. I'm just saying that's just how podcasts are. So at the end of the day, thank you so much for supporting me in any sort of way. If you want to find my Twitch, it's in the description. Twitter, I should probably start throwing my Instagram in there. I have one now for YouTube. All of Crimson links and all that. And I'll be back soon with the Best of the Great Goten video this Saturday, and then the season 1 quote-unquote finale of the podcast next week, and some other stuff I got planned. Once again, on my Twitter, I think I sort of outlined the next couple weeks in terms of content, and then that's all I really got to say. So thank you guys for everything. Let's shoot big for 2021. Let's do it. Let's hit our goal. Let's hit the goals. 100 subs, 500 followers on Twitch. That'd be great. But catch you guys in the next one.